Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here, and yeah, you can tell this is an official late night with the Davey edition because I've got my blazer on, folks. Hope you guys are having a great Friday the 13th so far. It's been a wild day. I actually haven't been able to watch one of the Friday the 13th movies yet today, so I'm very excited to sit down and watch this 09 remake with you guys here. Now, maybe you're a first timer hanging out. Lady of Veggies, I see you kicking it with us, one of our brand new channel members. I believe you must have been, I did a giveaway earlier this month, and I think that you were a part of that. So welcome on in. I'm guessing you've been watching the channel, but maybe this is your first time jumping in on a live stream. You are kicking it with the Death Squad, and we're going to get to our movie here in just a few minutes. I want to just say what's up to everybody. We just wrapped up a really fun stream where we did a live audience tier maker ranking of all the different iterations and looks of Jason Voorhees throughout the film franchise. So that was a cool way to kick off the celebration here on the channel. And yeah, we're going to watch the 09 remake directed by Marcus Nispel. I think this is a really solid remake. I don't think it's perfect. Maybe it's a little too slick. Maybe the people are a little too pretty. I think there are some gripes to be had. I don't think the soundtrack is very memorable, stuff like that. But I do really enjoy this remake quite a bit. Love the interpretation of Jason. Really dig the gore, really dig the setup. Yeah, I mean, even not only the look of Jason that I really enjoy, but I love how he's this underground dweller. I always think of him as like a spider in this movie, and Crystal Lake is his web. You know, he's got those trapdoors, he's got the tunnels, all that kind of good stuff. He's just protecting his land. You know, that's really all that Jason's doing in the remake. He doesn't seem like he's coming at it from a nefarious kind of standpoint, although he is very dangerous and very deadly. So anyways, welcome everyone. Friday the 13th, we are here. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything when I, go live or drop something new. Especially because, the two things we did tonight, the live tier maker ranking and this watch party, those were voted on by you guys. That's why we're, doing these streams this evening instead of just something totally random. So, yeah, have the notification bell hit and you won't miss out on any of those polls. As Stephanie will say, I'm sure at some point soon, Davey loves his polls. And I sure do. They give me a good idea of what you guys like. So I dig it. Speaking of which, Steph is a new channel member as of today, so I just wanted to shine a little light on that. Something to celebrate there. We got Paula Fitzhenry kicking it with us. How are you doing, Paula? Thank you so much for joining us. Our guy Shay Rance jumping in to say, yo, what's up, Davey? And guys, after this, I'm going to be jumping on Shay's channel. He's doing a marathon of all the he's streaming a marathon of all the Scream movies. So I'm going to watch Scream 5 with him. Or maybe you call it Scream 2022. That's just too much for me. I'm just calling it Scream 5. I have no idea why they called it Scream and then called the next movie Scream 6. It's another reason why I don't trust radio silence. But we're going to watch Scream 5 together. I haven't seen it in a couple years, and I've only seen it twice. So I watched it like back to back when it first came out. I think, yeah. Or maybe it was a little bit after it came out. So yeah, looking forward to checking that out with you, Shay, and seeing if I feel any different about it now. And if you haven't already, jump on over to Shay Rance, throw him a sub, hit the like button on that stream. But of course, come on back over here and watch Friday the 13th with us. We got Antonis Andriotis, one of our great channel members, jumping on in. What's happening, Antonis? Of course, we have the aforementioned Lady of Veggies. Hope you are doing well. Adrian James is kicking it with us. What's happening, Adrian? Hope you're doing well. We got King Matthew III jumping in to say he can't hang out because it's his birthday and he's going to be celebrating. Well, happy birthday, King Matthew. Happy Valentine's Day to both of you. I hope you guys have a great weekend, man. Thank you for jumping in. We got Sean G, one of our great channel members, jumping on in. What's happening, Sean? Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, we're going to get going here in just a few minutes. Want to make sure Steph has time to tinkle, of course. Lady of Veggies, found you last month talking about Stranger Things. Oh, hell yeah. Man, we had a wild couple of streams. I think a lot of people got their eyes on the channel that never would have without those Stranger Things streams. Shout out to Erica, one of our great moderators here, that gave me the tip on talking a little bit about Conformity Gate. Lady of Veggies, are you a Friday the 13th fan? I'm curious to know. Curious to know how much crossover there is. I know there's a lot of crossover, like, and maybe you are a horror person, Lady of Veggies, but I know there's a lot of like horror people that really love Stranger Things because of the horror element. But I know Stranger Things brought in a lot of people that might not necessarily be into, you know, straight up horror, but maybe they like those thrills that come with a show like Stranger Things. So I'm just curious to know. Bumblebee Tuna. Your balls are showing. How's that, Jigsaw? Yeah, nice little Scream marathon there. We got DJ Plays Favorites in the house. What's happening, man? It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us. And it looks like I've said hello to everybody. So we have 12 people kicking it with us. Thank you guys so much. Let me find the link for where I'm going to be watching. I know it's streaming in a few places, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this link in the chat here. Watch Friday the 13th, 09 here. And there you go. I will pin that. Now, you probably want to use a web browser that has like pop-up blockers and stuff because, yeah, it's one of those sites. But that's where I will be watching. I do own a physical copy, but it's just so much easier for me to do these watch parties and just pull up, you know, a copy online. All right, so let's see. Holy cow, we got Hollywood Lido back with us. What's happening, Lido? Hope you are doing well. Lady of Veggie says, honestly, I've never seen the movies, but I know about them. I may have seen the original as a kid, just don't remember. Yeah, I mean, they're so, you know, the Friday the 13th movies are so like just blended into our culture to where even if you haven't seen the movies, you probably have a vague idea. You've probably seen people parody the movies or pay them homage. Yeah. I mean, I knew who Jason was long before I saw the movies for sure. Ghost Sentai jumping on in says, I'm a Ghost fan. Ghostface fan, you know. What's happening, Ghost Sentai? Hope you're doing well. If you're a Ghostface fan, then after you watch Friday the 13th 09 with us here, you can go on over to Shay Rants. I'm going to join him. We're going to watch Scream 5. He's actually watching all the movies. So there you go. Can we please fast forward to the Juliana Gill topless scene? Well, of course, you can pull up your own copy and you can just keep it paused there if you want to, Lido, and just listen to me talk about the rest of the movie. Listen to my voice while you do God knows what to those images. Oh, we have fun here. Okay, cool. I've said hello to everyone, but Ty Lee needs a few minutes. You got it, Ty. Just let us know when you're ready to go. And yeah, I guess, guys, here, I'll let you know a couple things we have going on. I do have a super chat goal open. If you guys want more Friday the 13th love this weekend, I already have a watch party. Well, it's not even really a watch party. I have a stream planned for tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, where I'm going to watch Valentine from 2001, and I'm going to make fun of it. I call it Davey Science Theater 3000 because I am a huge Mystery Science Theater 3000 fan. Now, it doesn't mean that I hate the movie Valentine. I'm not really a fan. I do like some of the elements of the movie for sure, but there's plenty to make fun of. So 10 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to give it some hell. Figured that works for Friday for Valentine's Day. But if you guys want to continue the Friday the 13th love, if we get 10 super chats that are $2 or more, I'll do another Friday the 13th stream tomorrow. And I'm not saying it would be a watch party. I think it would be something different. I would want it to be more engaging with you guys. So like Friday the 13th hot takes or something like that. We'd have some fun with it. Of course, super chats are just extra, you know, nothing that's required. But, you know, fun if you want to do something like that. And then we've got a poll in the chat as well, just asking you how you're feeling about the 09 remake. And it looks like 47% of the 19 people that have voted so far think it's one of the best modern remakes. 10% do just want the original. So fair enough. All right, let's go ahead and get this rolling. I'm going to check on Ty, see how everything's going over there. Yeah, Prince got a second stream going on, man. Yeah, we were rocking it tonight. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Valentine fan. Steph, but I know a lot of people really like it. So you can show up to the stream and defend it. You can laugh along. It's not coming from a hateful place. It might sound that way, but it's all for effect. How about that? Islands in the stream. There you go. Yeah. It's got moments. I do like the way the killer looks, and I do think a couple of the kills are pretty cool. The characters are pretty cringy. Like, it's no wonder these chicks are getting murdered one by one in Valentine. They know there's a killer out there, and they're still like meeting guys for dates, like trying to meet brand new. They're so boy crazy. They're like, we know somebody is out there taking us off one by one, or picking us off one by one. But I met this guy just recently, and there's no way he could be the killer. It's just, it cracks me up. They're just looking for something to rub up on the girls in Valentine. Ty, are you ready? What do you got, man? All right, I'm gonna add the timer here to the screen. So guys, if if somebody joins the stream and they're like, what's the timestamp? I'm always gonna show the timestamp. So there you go. At least I'll show the timestamp when the watch party is on my channel. Can't say anything for anyone else's. But yeah, I'll start the movie. We'll do a 3, 2, 1. I'll start the movie, and then at 5 seconds, I'll get the stopwatch going again. So that way we're all in sync. And let's see here. Ty, are you there? I think we're gonna get rolling. Oh, he says almost ready, and that was about a minute ago. Oh, we got Blue Ka. Says they did Chewie and Lawrence dirty in this movie. Well, I mean, you gotta kill some of these people, right? In these Friday the 13th movies. I know what you mean. I think Chewie's a pretty awesome character, but I knew he was gonna go, right? Like, you can't have the silly, funny guy living in a Friday the 13th movie, can you? Yeah, I don't think you can. Maybe a different franchise you could. Cabin in the Woods, they kind of did that, although I guess no one really lived through Cabin in the Woods. But yeah, I think I finally understand what your Blue Ka thing is from. Isn't that what it's some like kind of sound that Stu makes in the first Scream movie, right? Isn't that it? Blue Ka. Like, now I'm like saying it to myself. Sean G saying my review is hilarious. Oh, a Valentine. Thank you so much. We got Miss Jamie Hart back with us. Our original Death Squad mod, one of our channel members, or longtime channel members, been hanging out for a while. How did all the birthday celebrations go there, Jamie, for your boy? Hope it went well. I guess it did, since you're back with us here. We got Teal Kit joining us as well. Just got done with Friday the 13th part 2. All right, well, we are just about to start this one here. I'm kind of just waiting for Ty to be ready to go, although I'm at the point where I think maybe we just need to start it. But let's see what Tara Brewer has to say. She says, my anniversary for work will be in 4 days, and then it's the same year and months that the movie The Messengers came out in the theaters that Sam Raimi produced. All right, well, there you go. I didn't know Sam Raimi produced that one. Interesting. I just saw Sam Raimi's newest movie last week. I had a lot of fun with that one. Send Help was really fun. Thanks for joining us, Tara. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're enjoying the Friday, the holiday, I'll call it, for us horror people. Don't mind them dying. I think they should have died together. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, going out with a spatula. Spatula City, Spatula City. We got Ben Grimm, one of our great channel members, jumping on in, says, I love the first 20 minutes or so of the remake. It makes Jason a pot farmer trying to protect his crops. Yeah, Jason, I thought he was always like living in New Jersey this whole time. Turns out he's just in Portland, Oregon. He's just a guy trying to grow a bunch of ganja, and trying to make a living. He's an entrepreneur. And we should be celebrating people like Jason in the 2009 remake in this country, right? He's trying to make a life for himself, create some generational wealth. Come on, for all the other little sackheads. Which horror remake do you think is better, asks Death's Embrace. Welcome to the chat. Halloween, Friday the 13th, or A Nightmare on Elm Street? Friday the 13th has got to be easily the best one. Out of those three, I don't even really like Rob Zombie's remake very much. but I would say Friday the 13th, Halloween, and then A Nightmare on Elm Street. That's how weak I think A Nightmare on Elm Street from 2010 is. It's been a great night. Had hibachi, cake, and presents were a hit. He turned 24. All right. Hell yeah. Ooh, hibachi. That's good. That's fun. That makes my ASMR go all crazy in the best possible way. What kind of cake, Jamie? I'm just going to grill you about the whole night. That's going to be the rest of the... Hey, grill you? Is that a hibachi reference? Maybe it is. The power of suggestions. Blue Ka was how little kids made gun noises. Okay. I swear somebody does that in a movie as like a gun sound. And I swear it's Matthew Lillard. I don't know why I hear him doing it. They did Lady of Veggies back in 2010. It's been a long time. Yeah. Carrot cake. All right. Is that one of your faves? I'm like kind of mixed on carrot cake. I don't want pieces of, like, I don't want chunks of carrot in the cake, but I like the flavor of the cake. I just don't want chunks of vegetables in my cake. You know what I mean? But I know some people, that's their absolute favorite. Death's Embrace said I would also say Friday the 13th is the greatest horror remake. Actually made Jason scary again. I do think it's the most interesting Jason's ever been, is this remake. For sure. Like, I don't think Jason's ever been as interesting. Are you guys ready to get this rolling? I haven't seen anything from Ty in a little bit, but I'm going to guess Ty is ready to go. We've been streaming for almost 20 minutes, so I'm just going to get this rolling for us. All right, let me know in the chat if you're going to be watching along and all that good stuff. I'm very curious to know. I am going to pause the music, so there we go. Now it's just the sultry, sweet voice of Davey Deathray. All right, guys, here we are. I'm going to count down from 3, and we'll hit play on play. Fair enough? Okay, here we go, guys. This is Friday the 13th from 2009, directed by Marcus Nispel, to celebrate our very first Friday the 13th of 2026. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right, there we go. We got the timer going. Got that New Line logo, the old school. As a kid, I was always like, oh, it's a couple of ladders. Oh my God, you stupid kid. It's a piece of film, David, if I had to go back in time. That's how I'd say it to myself. I'd be really mean to myself. I'm not nice to myself now. Why would I be nice to little kid version? He's stupid, stupider. Everything's so red, even the Platinum Dunes logo. So yeah, guys, if you want to watch along, there's a link pinned in the chat. You can follow that link if you don't have your own copy, or if you didn't, rent one or anything like that. That's a really good remake. The 78 version, is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. Gotcha. He asked for carrot cake, he gets carrot cake. That's how. Yeah, that's the way to do it. The person whose birthday it is, they've got to have, the final say. It's very interesting, this font, this typeface they're using. It really just is like a typeface. It's like a thin classic typewriter. There's nothing like special about the font. I don't even know if that's like a thin Arial or what this is considered. But the film, it's mostly desaturated here. So it looks like they shot this, obviously, they shot it in color because it seems like there's little hints of color. But we got a really cool black and white kind of look for, we don't know if this is Alice or, I'm guessing for all intents and purposes, it basically is. So we get a nice little kind of like a recap of a movie we never saw. Which makes sense. This movie is essentially a remake of the first 4 original movies. So we get part 1 is basically just condensed right here. There we go. We got our decap attack from Alice to Pamela there. Jeremy Conway is the production designer. Hey, my last name's Conway. How about that? Good work, Jeremy. Good work. I think the production design is actually really good here. And even though the Platinum Dunes movies, you know, they got that WB quality, TCM, that remake had the same thing. I do think, you know, Marcus Nispel having directed TCM and then directed this movie, I think the dude cranked out two of the best remakes of all time. I mean, especially within the world of horror. And I like how they sort of clean up the lore here a little bit, you know. It's you know, we actually see Jason as a little kid. So Pamela was completely confused. It doesn't even look like Jason was, you know, necessarily in hiding or anything like that. So adds another layer of complexity to, you know, Pamela's psychosis or, you know, her mental problems. And here we go. We got our fun little group of people. All right. Steph is watching along. Hell yeah. Jamie's a cheesecake fan. Can't go wrong with cheesecake, right? And a little goes a long way. I think that's great. It's very dense, you know. A small slice of cheesecake can be very satisfying. Oh, cool. You met Jared Padalecki in Jacksonville. All right. I think he's really good here. I've never seen Supernatural, but I think Jared is pretty good here. He's a lot better than Jensen Ackles is, I think, as an actor. He's a far better actor. I don't think Jensen, he's very handsome, but I don't think Jensen's a very good actor. Just like, you know, Jessica Alba's very beautiful. I don't think she can act. They made a remake. Yeah. So Lady of Veggies, they did one in the 70s. They did one in the 80s. They did one in the early 2000s. Invasion of the Body Snatchers has been remade quite a bit. Oh my gosh. You women. You chicks. Just all over Supernatural, huh? Can't blame you, I guess. I'll be nice about it. I'm certainly am pig-headed myself a lot of the time. We got Ty Lee dropping a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Ty. Says thanks for waiting. You got it, man. You got it, of course. I figure it's so late at night. Well, you know, I know you're out here in the Arizona area, right? So it's not so late for us, but I figure, you know, we can be just kind of chill on this stream. It is a true late night with the Davey. You guys are singing your Kansas. Oh, they were both filmed in Texas. Interesting. I did not know that about this movie, or if I did read it at some point, totally out of my head. Yeah, Betsy Palmer is a bit more memorable. A lot more screen time, though. I think they went too generic with Jason's mom in this one. I think they should have made her look a bit more out there. Duder is telling the story of Jason here. And I'm just catching up on the chat here. Yeah, The Faculty is Scream meets Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah, Body Snatcher movies can be really fun. There was one that I saw recently that felt like a Body Snatcher movie. What was it? It might not have been something that was brand new. Might have been something older that I watched. But guys, this is crazy. I've watched 41 movies this year for the very first time. First time for me. So they're not all brand new movies, of course, but I've watched 41 movies. I've been logging everything in Letterboxd. I'm at like 2,075 movies in my life. It's wild. There you go. Win-win. I couldn't watch a show just because someone was hot if they weren't good at acting. But I've heard a lot of people really do like genuinely love Supernatural. So I'm not trying to say that it's crap or anything like that. Let's see here. Oh, Ty, who's I don't know if I said this, Ty, earlier, but one of our great channel members jumps in and says, I was hoping we weren't watching the original. That's maybe my least favorite. Yeah, and I've done some other watch parties on the channel for Friday the 13th. This one was suggested like right away when I posted, what do you guys, when I posted the poll that was like, what do you guys want to do on Friday the 13th? And right away, Jason from Backtrack Cinema was like, hey, you should do the remake. And I haven't done it here. So figured why the heck not? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's easier for Shay. He's a young buck, so it's probably easier for him. America Olivo is a great actor. She needed to be more of a thing. Who's she? Is she one of the performers here in this opening scene, or have we already seen her? What's happening, Gory Tiger? Welcome on in. Yeah, that was a remake for sure. Yeah. In a world of Britney's, be a Stevie Nicks. That's cute. I like that. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's pretty good with working multiple jobs. I think it's pretty all right. Yeah, Jason Lives, and I think I've done part 2 or something like that. I thought so, but maybe not. Maybe we didn't do part 2. I thought I did it. Oh, she's the one she's about to flash right now, Ben. That's right about to happen. Although her boobs are like so unrealistically large in their fakeness, they look like they're about to pop. I'm worried for her that they will burst. I am worried for her. Legitimately concerned. And it comes from a good place. It comes from an altruistic place, Ben Grimm. All right, so here we go. I'm taking a look at the poll. How are we feeling about the 09 remake? We got a little Sister Christian here. Let's see here. Which band does this? This isn't Nazareth, is it? 09 remake, we have 35 votes. 49% of you are saying it's one of the best modern remakes. 23% say surprisingly solid. 17% say fun but flawed. 11% say nah. Take me back to the originals. So let's go ahead and close that one there. Oh shoot, she was in that friggin' Spider-Man play that it was plagued with all sorts of problems, wasn't it? Didn't somebody die and then other people were hurt? That's wild. I did not know she was part of that. That's crazy. Sounds good, Teal Kit. You can catch up with us here at just by fast forwarding to that spot there. Davey, where was the nah? I haven't seen it category. That's just in not voting. Pretty good sound design there. I liked that. I liked the way it was shot and edited. That was pretty good. Oh yeah, Night Ranger. Thank you so much, Ty. Appreciate you. I'm like, I knew it was something with an N. I'm like Nazareth because they did the Love Hurts thing, so I knew they were like older. I was like, I wasn't too confident on that. Appreciate you, Ty. Excuse me. No, stop it. No. Did anyone see this one in the theater? I will I'll pull the Jamie Hart and say that I did see this in the theater. I'm very happy to say I enjoyed it quite a bit in the theater. Like right off the bat, I was like, oh man, this is a lot of fun. Just getting another poll ready for you guys. Hopefully you're watching along with the movie. All right, one more here. There we go. All right. Is Jason too fast in the 09 remake? Is he too fast? I don't know. You guys let me know. Yeah, I mean, production design here, pretty awesome. This is a legitimately creepy abandoned cabin here. And just spooky. Like, there's nothing like an abandoned cabin. And I was typing out the poll, so I don't know if we already saw this, but if they already stumbled upon his actual bedroom. Oh, I think they're about to go into it now. Yeah, like an abandoned like children's bedroom in a cabin. There's just something so just off-putting about the whole thing. Oh yeah, we're coming up on that. Yeah, we're just a handful of minutes away. Opening day, baby. I think me too. I've dragged my buddy Ryan, who's not a horror movie fan, dragged him to it. I had a blast. Hell yeah. Don't ever tell me to stop. No. Tara says Danielle Panabaker is a former Disney actress, and she's Katie Cassidy's roommate and star in the CW DC Comics TV show The Flash. Yeah, I've seen quite a bit of that that Flash TV show. I liked it quite a bit. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Saw this one in the cinema on its original release. Hell yeah, Rick. Welcome on in, man. Rick, whereabouts do you live? Because when you use a word like cinema, I think, oh, is this person British? Or maybe they're Australian. They're from an English-speaking country that probably isn't the United States. Although maybe not. I just know a lot of us folks here in the States say theater instead of cinema. Mike's actor plays Bob Sims in Rob Zombie's Halloween. Wait, what? What? No. Which one is Mike? Is he the dude is he with Whitney? By the way, welcome in, Billy Judd. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm like, oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm smacking the microphone and everything too. Which one is Mike? Nick Manel? Is that who you're saying? Who is this guy? He is Bob Sims. Okay, so he is, whoa, that's the same. He doesn't look, I would not have known that at all. Okay. So it is the guy that's with Whitney in Jason's cabin. One thing I don't like is how Jason is smart enough to build traps, but not smart enough to tell the difference between his mom and Whitney. That's a legit gripe. He's got it all set up. He has like tripwire and jingle bells and everything. Yeah, it is pretty wild. That's a good point, Ty. Yeah, I was 27 when this came out, something like that. Zach says, Davey, if I'm being honest, and I mean 100% honest, my love for this channel and all the friendly people I interact with here is unsinkable. It's funny because my profile pic is the Titanic. I love it. Thank you so much, Zach. I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, we have a really good group here. I think that's the really cool thing about this channel and just the horror community on YouTube in general. And we've got our own little corner of it here, but it really, I think, like for the most part, as far as I can tell, that's just how we are as horror nerds. So that's great to hear that you've got a lot of love for us as well. We love you, man. Thank you for joining us. And we are in full brutality. Shiki is getting cooked in her sleeping bag. She is, getting smoked like a piece of salmon. Duder here is his ankle is all fucked up. Let's just say that. Jumping in the bear trap just ain't it. Oh, I had no idea that Blair Witch 2016 does the same kind of thing. I've never seen that one. I've only seen the original Blair Witch and then the sequel. And there we go. It's going to be Valentine's Day on the East Coast very soon. 15 minutes. Well, I think the thing with Jason in this one is he only messes with people if they, trespass on Crystal Lake, right? The old lady later on, well, I guess maybe who knows how old she is, but the lady is basically like he just wants to be left alone, you know? Like don't bug him and you're fine. They live near the camp and you figure they're safe from him. And it sounds like when he's stealing kerosene from the trashy guy or whatever, it sounds like he's trying to not run into people when he's doing that, like he's doing it at night. No, Bob is Annie's boyfriend, sorry. I don't know why I'm thinking girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. It's 2026. He's both. It is pretty vicious because it's like death by like inhalation of the smoke. It's like lack of oxygen kind of death as well. It's wild. What's happening, Joel? Welcome on in, man. Hope you're doing awesome here on Friday the 13th. I got the timestamp up here if you want to watch along. We're watching the 09 remake tonight. And this whole scene here. Sorry, I'm like interacting with your guys' chat, but I'm still keeping an eye on everything. Dude, the machete through the friggin' floorboards and then that trap door opening up. I love the trap door. The sackhead Jason is a really cool look in this one too. It's more of like a wrap. It's a bit tighter, It's a cool, something familiar, but a cool twist on that look. Timestamp's right up here in the corner. And I might even, let's see, I want to play with something. How about that? Can you guys see your chats up there now? What if I do that? What if I do, okay, I don't need to do that. How's that? Do you guys like that? Is that fine? I don't know. Let's have some fun with it. You guys let me know. I think it's maybe during watch parties, it's cool to have the chat just up on the screen. Might make it more interesting for folks that watch after the fact. So here we go. We got Town That Dreaded Sundown. Jason just machete duder right in the friggin' face. And what a fucking opening. 23 minutes. 23 minutes is that intro. Epic. It's amazing. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Oh, the asshole of the century, Trent, with his cargo shorts. Pretty healthy. Nathan from Final Destination 5. I've seen it once. I liked it. What's happening, David? Welcome on in. No worries. Timestamp is right up here in the corner. You can jump on in. We've got a link pinned in the chat if you're looking for a copy to watch. Here we go, ladies. We've got Jared Padalecki time. This is not for sex. He's buying condoms for an experiment. I am not watching the killer cut. No, this is just the standard version. Yeah. I couldn't find a version of the killer cut that I wouldn't have had to pay for, and I already own it on physical media. So I just wanted to find something I could stream, and it's just the standard cut here. So we got Trent's first super asshole, you know, a little bit of display here. Travis Van Winkle is just great, though. He kills it. He's so good. They're both kind of being dicks, really. I mean, Duder was a dick first, but if I'm Padalecki, I'm just like, all right, I'll just shut up until this guy leaves. Like, I don't need to pick a fight with a stranger. Maybe that's just me, though. Yeah, the killer cut's great. It's just not as readily available streaming. Yeah. Yeah, with my setup, like my TV's behind me, and it's like I swapped things out a couple times when I did watch parties. Like I just got sick of moving things around every single time. So I'm just going the easy route here. Oh, look at that. Zach says, I remember the day I stumbled in here. I was scrolling through a whole bunch of live streams. I had passed Davey by and something made me scroll back up. And I've been here ever since. Davey equals GOAT. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know about that, but thank you so much, Zach. Really appreciate you, bud. I'm just the MC for our hangouts. That's all I am. It's all about you guys. He is. He's a gem. Oh, is that your screen name then? Well, your screen name might still be that, Zach, but for whatever reason, YouTube is using handles now instead of screen names. This is the guy from the House of Wax remake in 05. No worries, bud. Have a good night. So here we go. We've got I need to pull up the IMDb and quit trying to remember the names of these characters that are just, you know, run of the mill, if I'm being quite frank. Okay, so Jared plays Clay Miller. So yeah, Clay's basically being like run out of town. I mean, the cops are like, get the hell out of here. Your sister's not around here. Kind of a weird approach, I think, by local law enforcement. Oh, you got to talk about the cell phone. You have to talk about the cell phone and acknowledge it. Anybody else getting a signal? Oh my God, I'm only getting a bar. Oh yeah, we love our hangs. I do like Lawrence's whole like playing against type. Like just because I'm black, I can't listen to Green Day, and then he's just fucking with her anyways, and it's still rap. I like that. He's got sass. Yeah, everywhere I found it streaming, like the site that I'm streaming from now only has the theatrical cut. But I hear you, like an hour 37 I think is long enough for a slasher movie. You know? What's happening? We got Matt Facci in the house from Facci Cinema. Hope you're doing well, man. Happy Friday the 13th, brother. Love you, man. Yeah, I don't think Ned is a jerk in the original Friday the 13th. No. I think he's just a jokester. And he just like jokes really hard because that's how he gets attention. And I don't think he gets attention otherwise. Or at least that's the way it's played off in that original. But I don't think Ned's a jerk in the original. I don't think there is a jerk in the original. They're all just like fun-loving kids, you know? I mean, they're kind of dumb, but like harmless, you know? Ooh, the keys. Ooh, the keys. Yep. We got the key talk since Facci's here. Everyone throw your keys in the chat. Oh, for fun. So guys, tonight I'm watching Scream 5 over on Shay Rant's channel. And then on Tuesday, I'm watching Scream 6 over on Matt's channel. So if you haven't subscribed to Facci Cinema yet, jump on over there, throw him a sub, and I'll see you on Tuesday. We're going to watch Scream 6. Teal Kit with the key. Boom. I don't know if it's just me, says Zach, but am I the only one who hasn't seen this? You might be. You might be, Zach. We're a very horror centric here. Although I guess we talk about other stuff too. But yeah, you might be the only one. I don't know. Let me know in the chat, guys. Have you never seen this before? Are you watching for the very first time? If you know where this falls in your ranking, like is this one of your favorite Friday the 13th? Is it in the middle? Is it in the back part? Like if you broke up your ranking into 3 different tiers, which tier would the 09 remake fall into? First, second, or third? I love with Trent that it's like, yeah, he's this badass asshole, but at the same time, he's like, guys, don't mess up my parents' place. He's like kind of a little prissy about it too. You know, he's like a little precious about it. He invited all these people out here, but now he wants to like control every little thing they do. Textbook narcissist, right? First tier top 5. Well, it would have to be top 4, right? To be in the top tier, right? Because there's 12 movies in the franchise. Is that right? I think that's right. So would it make your top 4, Ty? Or is it right at the top of the second tier? How is she with this guy? Is this just your classic, like, nice girl ends up hooking up with a dick because he's nice? He's only nice to her and he's a dick to everyone else, and she doesn't know until it's too late. Is that what's going on? Does she just like assholes? I mean, I get the feeling that a lot of ladies do in some regard. But yeah, she seems so sweet. You know, they didn't make her. She's like, her and Clay are such pure characters in this movie, which is a rarity in Friday the 13th. Even our final girls and final guys have, like, you know, their flaws. I don't know, Paula. I'm not sure. Kind of like the dude from Home Improvement. Oh, you're Wilson. This guy here that plays the redneck, I know him. Like, of course, I saw that. I think I saw this first. Yeah, because he was in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia after this. He plays, I think it's what's his name? Damn it. Lil Kev, something like that. He's a rapper that Dee's dating. It's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny episode. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Teal Kid says Remake is goated, best in the series. Used to own the CD. Watched it millions of times as a kid. There you go. I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's the best in the series, but I do think it is very, very good. Yeah. I enjoy this one quite a bit. I'm surprised it wasn't called Supernatural, the movie. What's happening, Sean? Welcome back in, man. It's been a while. I think you had popped in on one of our Stranger Things streams, I believe, Sean. Welcome back, man. We're kicking it here. Yeah, watching a little Friday the 13th 09 or Supernatural, the movie. Top of second tier, depending on the day. There we go. Ty dropping it. Which is better, guys? This is a good question, everyone. Teal Kit's asking, which is better? Friday the 13th 09 or House of Wax 05? Curious to know. And then this guy here with the Fuck Christmas shirt on, I know him from Party Down. He's hilarious on that show. Ryan Hansen. He's really good. I like him quite a bit as a performer. He's mistreating this Escalade, but what can you do? Don't take my boat out. Trouble. These two are trouble with a capital T for all of you Jim Croce fans. Hey, big old wavy locks. Man, she's got some huge, like, huge curls in her hair. Massive. All right, let's see here. Is 2009 Jason too fast? I'm going to close that one out here. How many votes did we get? Let's see. Is it really foraging if you're just looking in the cabinet? You remember your new best friend, Clay, right? Yeah. Oh my God. She's just ready to jump on it. She's like, I'm a fan of Supernatural. Okay, is Jason 09 Jason too fast? 26 votes. 72% of you said no, he's terrifying. 12% said maybe a little. 12% said yes, Jason should not sprint. 4% say I love Fast and Furious Jason. So that's like 76% of you that are down. He's like, I don't know what happens then, but my neck is as thick as my head. Like most people don't have necks that are as thick as their. Look at his neck. Look at Travis Van Winkle's neck. It's absurd. Yeah. So I had a weird experience one time. I was living in Montana in Bozeman, and I went to a party with a girl that I worked with at Blockbuster. This was like 2003, and some of her friends ended up being total dicks to me. And I had to find her and be like, dude, we gotta go. It was pretty wild. I'm trying to remember the girl's name. It was so long ago. We weren't dating, we were just coworkers. Gosh, what is her name? It's like right on the tip of my tongue. But anyways, it was very uncomfortable because we were miles away. Like everywhere you drove in Bozeman, it was like it felt like we drove 25 miles away. Like we were in farm country. And their huge house party, and these guys were just like, I don't know what their deal was. I don't know if they didn't like that I came with her because I didn't know anything about them. But it was uncomfortable. It was a little bit of a Trent Clay thing going on for a second. Which remake is better? Let's just put it up here for a vote for you guys. Friday the 13th, 09. House of Wax, 05. Just between those two. The Padalecki remake duo. See what you guys think. Licking a magazine. This guy licking a magazine. That is a bit out there. I'm not going to shame him for looking at a copy of Hustler. Licking the page. I think I'll shame him for that for sure. Yeah, it's very similar to that. Like, you know, this movie takes the elements from the first 4 films and I think puts them together in a pretty cool way. You know, it's just sort of like a quintessential remake. I guess you can call it a remake by the numbers. But I don't know. I think you could say it would be a remake by numbers if you had better music, because I think the music here is pretty lacking. I would have liked to have heard something that sounded more traditional. Like I want the, you know, Manfredini strings and stuff like that for sure. Hey, no worries, man. No worries at all. Hey, we got Shot by Shot joining us. What's happening? Shotty, how you doing? Let's see what else we got going on here. Nick stick? No, it's something else. It's a different kind of stick. Yeah, I think the TCM remake is really good. I think I like this one better. I don't know. It's tough. I think I like this one better. And I think maybe one of the reasons why is because I'm sort of ho-hum on the original Friday the 13th, but I love the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So we've got, you know, hillbilly guy here. He's just been attacked by Jason. He ripped off Jason's sack. Oh, and he got his neck sliced by the friggin' machete. Jason made pretty quick work of that guy. But what does he say? He takes the sack off and he's like, that shit ain't right or whatever. Now Jason's like, fuck, dude, you messed up my shit. And he just happens to find a hockey mask with a key light on it. So it's very noticeable. But it is a super cool look. Achievement unlocked. You just won the hockey mask trophy. right? Ty Lee saying this one is better than House of Wax. We'll voice it in the poll. Oh, I haven't seen Hatchet 3 yet. I've seen the first two. I dig it. Are you talking about the guy from It's Always Sunny? Yeah, Willa Ford is in here. It is interesting. Yeah. Well, I just want to know between those two, just because that had come up in the chat. But yeah, I mean, if we put all the remakes against one another, Chainsaw would probably win. Oh my gosh, Steph. I can't remember. I might have been looking over here at this other screen. It does show him. I thought it showed him smoking it. Maybe it doesn't though, because it shows him looking at the Hustler, and you see the pages and all that. So they don't hide the nudity or anything from the magazine, but they might hide some of that drug stuff. Yeah, it's pretty funny. We got another set of fake tits. I mean, you know, what can you do? And I don't know if this is the Hives, but it sounds like the Hives here. Yeah, I did the killer cut. So if you're a channel member, I have done a killer cut watch party for channel members. So you can check that out on the membership side of everything. It's like the Key and Peele skit. Crispy sock here, crispy sock there, crispy sock with some mystery hair. Shit cracks me up. This guy's just the worst. Yep, Bob's. That's pretty gross. I have heard this thing where, you know, competitive runners or, you know, I don't even know if it's just competitive. Like I played in a band with a guy. Oddly enough, when I was living in Montana, I was in a band with this guy and he was a runner. And he and his buddies would go, they would run these like half marathons or whatever. And then they would go drink a whole bunch and they would drink out of their, like, first time guys had to drink out of their shoe. It was like a ritual thing. I've never done anything like that. I ran a marathon or drank out of a shoe. I've drank out of a glass boot for sure. Love that arrow to the head. And that he's like kind of functioning a little, you know, it's like if it went right through your brain, there might be a little bit of activity. Love the Jaws shot right there. She doesn't get it. She doesn't think she needs to get out of the way. She just takes the hit. I mean, dunk yourself, something. Like, try to time it. Didn't you play any video games when you grew up? Come on, lady. The hell? Yeah, you don't need to yell for him. I mean, did you even see him? I love this whole thing, like Jason on the shore waiting for her. And did you guys notice? So in this movie, like Jason takes out each person in a different way. And in a lot of circumstances, he uses like implements of summer camp or something you would have practiced at summer camp. You know, so he's got the archery. Then he did the later on, he does the double-handed axe throw. Like, it's creative and fun how they worked that element in a lot more into this movie than had ever been worked into the other movies. And I think they like purposely tried to mix up the kills as well, make sure that they're different. Yeah, but she could have just dunked herself down, like right as the boat goes by, just like try to time it and not just get hit right by it, you know? Yeah, I mean, they are what they are. I suppose I just prefer the natural thing. Oh, there you go. Jason X is like, it's totally a vibe. It's, I struggle with it. I mean, I've seen it a lot. So don't get me wrong. I've, you know, watched that movie probably a dozen to 15 times in the last 25 years or whatever. So quite a bit. And yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the if you're in the mood for Jason X, there's not many things that are gonna like scratch that itch if that is what's itching you. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's not every single one, but they work it in very well here. Yeah, he was. Derek Mears. What else was he in? He's been in a whole bunch of stuff. He was in Shelby Oaks. He was in Chris Stuckman's movie. He played like the physical version of the entity. What's that? What did I do? Did I What happened? What happened, Jigsaw? He was in Predators. Okay. I've not seen that one. And I still need to see the Hills Have Eyes remake. I've never even seen the original. Cursed as a Werewolf. Oh, for Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson. Okay, cool. I did not know that. Oh, were you going to say something about Shelby Oaks? They're a bunch of tiny little bones. What? So they are kind of going for. There is a little. I know Nispel also directed the TCM remake, you know, and he directed this. There's definitely a little bit of that TCM bones all over the place kind of feel. Have you seen the Never Hike Alone films? Vincent's giving me some tips and feedback about my fan film I'm making. Hell yeah. Yeah, I've seen those. I'm so shoddy. I've got Ghost Jason he's covered by the chat right now, but Ghost Jason is down below me. Huge fan of the Never Hike Alone films. I've been fortunate enough to interview Vin in real life and then interview him here on the channel. Then I've actually gotten to work with him at conventions and hang out. And I hooked him and my brother up because my brother does 3D matte painting. And so my brother worked on Never Hike Alone too. Yeah, it's been wild. Like I started out as a huge fan of Vin's, but he is, as I'm sure, you know, you're getting to know by reaching out to him. He's just a very accessible, friendly guy. You know, he's a total sweetheart and one of the hardest working guys I've ever met. Yeah. I've heard that remake's pretty rough, but I've heard it's even better than the original. Hell yeah, Teal Kit. Thank you guys. Maybe I should do a little video on why I love this movie. We do have another Friday the 13th coming up next month, so I could, you know, film and get some Friday the 13th content ready and drop a whole bunch of stuff next month. That's awesome, man. Yeah, he's very, very nice. Yeah, I love hanging out with Ben. Every chance I get, it's really cool. Davey, I know today is Jason's day, but did you see the Halloween Night fan film? It's pretty damn good for a film where Michael Myers fights Batman. I have never seen that. I've never heard of that. That sounds wild. I'd love to watch something like that. How good is it though? I'll bring it up here. So I really dig this scene here because again, with the characterization of Jason and everything, I love seeing his process here. And I love seeing like where he lives and him like noticing the backpack and having a freak out and everything like that. See, he jingled the bells there when he ran by, although I guess Jason doesn't hear it. It's just Whitney. But I just love how we get to see a little bit more of Jason's world. And I think that's something about the Killer Cut that we get a lot more of. Like Jason sharpening the machete. So I think I do prefer the killer cut, even though it's like an hour and 46 minutes, something like that. Like I think that's a pretty long slasher movie. Um, but I do love seeing more. Honestly, like I wouldn't want to see that from Michael Myers. I don't want the mystique to be spoiled. But with Jason, we already know so much of the backstory. I don't mind having, I don't need it to be mystique for Jason. I don't need it to be mystique for Freddy or for Ghostface. It's like it's so I like seeing the process, and you see a lot more of that in the killer cut, as far as I can remember. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate that, Sean. I mean, one of the reasons why I started a channel is because, I mean, I'm a huge fan. I'm a big nerd for it. So I also I want to get nerdy about the process and learn more about the business and how movies are made and just all I just find all that stuff fascinating. So I'm like, well, I'm passionate. I'm a nerd about it. I feel like I've got something to say. So I sure do appreciate that, man. Oh my goodness. We got Matt Arnett in the house. What's happening, Matt? So good to see you, bud. I hope 2026 is treating you very, very well. Great to see you, man. So yeah, and at this point on my cut of the movie, Ty, Jason just got down into the tunnels where Whitney's at. But I think in the killer cut, we see some more Jason here in this scene. Yeah, Jigsaw, I saw that article on Bloody Disgusting, or they did an article there where they talked about that. We got Destin in the house. What's happening, Destin? Hope you're doing well, man. Everything is all good over here. Just doing a little Friday the 13th celebration. Hope you are rocking along nicely as well here in 2026. Getting out there, acting, all that good stuff. Really cool to see, man. What's happening, Nettie? One of our great channel members, Nanette. Blood Rose Horror Fairy. Hope you're doing well. That's what we're watching as well. We're watching the 09 version. Hell yeah, man. Great to see you. Why did Jason kidnap the girl, and why didn't he kill her, though? So at the beginning of the movie, they found a locket. Her and her boyfriend found a locket with a picture of a woman inside of it. There's the locket's on the screen. So if you're watching along right now, you know what I'm saying. And there's a picture of Jason's mom in there. And I guess she looks like the mom. So his acting is great there. There is something about the physicality and the speed that Derek Mears has there in just a couple of those moments. It's very subtle, it's very subtle. Not everyone can do it. That's why there are so many versions of Michael Myers that just don't feel right. And even versions of Jason that, some feel better than others. And I think Derek Mears does a really good job of the physical performance here. What's happening, Haddonfield? How are you doing? A great color for your icon there, provided that it's Haddonfield. There you go. Hell yeah, man. Reach out to me. There's I've got links to my socials and stuff in the description. So feel free to hit me up with a DM and we'll get something cooking. Total mama's boy. The original mama's boy, right? It is just a straight up party movie at this point. I guess that's pretty standard for Friday the 13th, right? Thanks for the reminder, man. Yeah, guys, make sure you hit the like button if you're enjoying the stream. Share it with someone who you think would dig this kind of content. We're always hanging out, talking horror movies, and just being ridiculous nerds over here. So, yeah, welcome on in. And don't worry, I don't normally have a mustache, although I do have one right now. Hell yeah, me too, Sean. You're right. Norman Bates is the original Mama's Boy. Yeah, you are definitely right on that one. Jason is just an 80s version of Norman Bates. It's just a modern version, right? Yeah, it's true. It's true. Nanette, one of our channel members, coming in with taking me to school on that one, and rightly so. She's like, just don't worry about it. Just bang me. Forget about your girlfriend. It was an ugly tree anyway. We got Mark from Tales from the Shelf joining us. What's happening, Mark? So great to see you. Mark says, Davey loving the stash, bro. Thank you so much, man. It is kind of weird, but I doubled down on it today and shaved my face with the straight razor once again. Yeah, I don't know. I feel a little silly, but I just figured it would be fun to do something different for a little bit. I can always grow the beard back, for sure. I've heard that about part 3 as well. Yeah. Full disclosure, guys, I've only seen the very first Psycho. And I know, everyone says the sequel is one of the best sequels ever. So I need to catch up on those for sure. Jason on stage with LL Cool J, but also Michael Myers gets to be there because of H2O and a shark from Deep Blue Sea. And now we're talking. Jason versus dirt bikers. Like just put that in a movie kind of thing. Have we seen anyone versus dirt bikers? I don't think we have. Your tits are stupendous. We just heard it. The classic line. The classic line. And here we go. We're going to get another classic one. Perfect nipple placement, bro, I think. Hey, Ash versus anyone. It would be a lot of fun. I think Ash and Pinhead would be cool because they both have their one-liners. I think that could be cool. They could even fight a greater evil together and then fight each other. So Ash can get back, to the regular Earth realm. Yeah, I watched the first couple seasons of that show. I didn't finish it though. And here we go. We got Lawrence about to do something that I would say this is very ill-advised, folks. Sure, you're at a cabin. You're only with a handful of friends. Maybe you'd be okay dropping trow in the living room and trying to do whatever. But you should probably just go to your room, right? Or the bathroom. Like, be cool. I love the high thing getting mixed with the seriousness of the situation here. And the fact that they're acknowledging it. There is a little bit of a nice little self-aware level here. Yeah, I got to check them all out. We got my guy Paz Rotten in the house. What's happening, Paz? He says, God, look at that sextastic voyage of a mustache. What up, Davey? Nothing much, man. We are just watching the 09 remake of Friday the 13th. Trent and what's her face are getting it on right now, videotaping their infidelity. I don't recommend that. I do love how she fully knows what they're doing in there, and she's a mature enough adult to be like, yeah, we just have to save our lives. Like, I don't like, I know what you guys are doing in there, but I'm still looking out for your best interest. And then he's telling her to like fuck off. It's ridiculous. Foz, so good to see you, man. I hope 2026 is going very well for you. Happy Valentine's Day to you and your lady. Yeah, man. Hope you're well. It's always great to see you. Well, that happens. We get Pumpkinhead versus dirt bikers. Well, if you're already doing what they're doing, I think you can get away with saying some things that aren't like super suave. Something like that. Zach, I have not seen The Conjuring Last Rites yet. I know it did well, but I've only seen the first like 2 Conjuring movies. Now this would be the horror version of The Never Ending Story, right? Ash versus Art, they would just go at it for hours. Like it would never end. They're both like totally indestructible. Jason looks great behind Chewie here with the lighting. It's a pretty dark movie in a lot of spots, but I think it's pretty awesome. I love that he offers him the stick and says it completes your outfit. That is adorable. I think for all the flack that these characters get when people say their characters are all stupid in this one, yeah, like yeah, Chewie's like a stoner, stupid guy or whatever. He's a likable character. He's like a lovable buffoon, you know? That's cool. This is hardcore. Just how slow it is. So this doesn't have anything to do with a camp activity, but not all the kills have that aspect. They're stupendous bobs. All right, let me catch up with you guys here. I like this one more, Nettie, but I think a lot of people would say TCM. Same director. They're never gonna like switch positions. They're just gonna one position it out. All right. Kind of boring, but whatever gets the job done, I suppose. Yeah. She is she's the hottie of the bunch, I suppose. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this poll. Which remake is better? I'm going to close that one out. Friday the 13th 09 crushes the competition in House of Wax 05. This is like the worst day Trent's ever had. Not because Jason's there. He knows nothing about that. It's the worst day he's ever had because of Clay. 76% of you guys, of the 25 people that voted, picked the 09 remake of Friday the 13th as the better movie. Jason does like to watch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he and Michael are both all like twitchy about it. Oh no, people are doing it. I'm kind of freaking out. Ooh, what's your favorite Jason kill, Nanette? Which one is your favorite? Is Dean the other guy? Because I don't know anything about Supernatural. I don't know anything about the characters' names. So is Jensen Ackles, he plays Dean? Freaking Jensen's got like two faces that he can make, like brooding and, you know, thinking slash staring off into the distance. Sex offends Jason and Michael. I think for Michael, it's weird. So I think for Jason, it is an offense thing. It's like a thing he gets from his mom. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be like taking care of the little ones, you know, something like that. And then with Michael, I think it is some weird, I don't know if I want to call it a perversion or something, but I think it's something different with Michael. Because I don't know that Michael is really human. I don't know. It's weird. Aren't they both main guys? Aren't the brothers main guys? Okay, he is Jensen. Okay. Ah, the sleeping bag kill where she gets cooked. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. I don't know. This one has a lot of really good kills, I think. The sleeping bag one is great. I do love the machete right in the middle of the head. It reminds me so much of Dawn of the Dead. When Tom Savini's character, you know, hacks the one zombie right down the center of the head. I really like this one, the two-handed axe throw coming up. I really dig, because Jason looks so fucking cool when he does it. And then when he kills the cop with like the poker that goes through the door, the way that they shot that, we'll talk about it when it shows up. So hopefully you guys are watching along, because it's one of my favorite shots in the movie. And even though the kill is nothing like crazy spectacular, I do think like the way it's executed from a filmmaking standpoint is very awesome and impressive. Man, Lawrence is pretty resourceful here. And this is a cool, like, it's cool to see somebody like fight back and gain a little bit of ground. Like, he doesn't make it, but he still like puts up a pretty good fight. We see so many people that just immediately get pwned by Jason, and he looks so fucking awesome. The double-handed throw of the double-bladed axe. Come on. It is killer. Yeah, that's one of my favorites right there. That there's just something about the lighting and how Derek Mears, man, the physicality that he brings to Jason Voorhees is so impressive here. You can tell he has a love for the character and that he really knows what he's doing. That is a pretty gnarly kill from part 3. Yeah. It is 10:37 out here in Phoenix. Oh, Jason is just brutal. He is. He's got some run up in him, because he's not a dead person yet. You know what I mean? This shot here, that shot of him, they should have lingered on that like another second or two. Him standing on the roof. I love that. Yeah, no need to talk about that. I remember when he was in Smallville. Yeah. He was in the running to play Clark originally as well. It's one of the reasons why they brought him back. Is he at least a nice guy? Like, scary by, you just mean like his size and everything? You can be both, Steph. You can be both. Yeah. I think they're both pretty cool for different reasons. Yeah, Jason doesn't fuck around here. I just love how like tactical and resourceful he is. It is pretty awesome. It's like they gave him that superpower instead of making him completely indestructible and all of the teleportation kind of stuff that we see in some of the later sequels. They're just like, no, he's just a very capable woodsman. He's like low key the kind of guy you want to date. He's like, oh, I'll fix up your house. I might kill some people if they show up. But I'll make very, very nice tunnels. I mean, you can see what I've done with the tunnels. We can expand on the tunnels if we have some little ones. That's a great, subversion of expectations kind of thing. The reversal on opening the shower. I dig it. He is the Ray Lewis of slasher killers. Yes, he's the middle linebacker. Yeah, perennial all-star of slasher killers. Well, the Halloween game is going to have a story mode. So you'll be able to have there's a gameplay that's going to be similar to the Friday the 13th game, but they have a story mode for Michael and a story mode for like one of the heroes. So the Michael story mode looks interesting. You get to, play out the steps from like breaking out of Smith's Grove to getting to Haddonfield to doing everything on Halloween night. So it's going to fill in some little story gaps that we didn't know from the films, which I actually think is pretty cool to do that in a video game, not have to over explain it in a movie, but in the video game, you can give people a different scenario to play through. I like that. Yeah, those are pretty dope. Those are all 3 great kills. 3 great kills. 3 great kills. Here we go. The cop is here. So if you're watching along, check out this shot because it's like they removed the wall so they could move the camera through. So check this out. The way the camera just goes through, or it's just a really slick edit. That's a really, I don't know. I love that. Love that shot. That he was. Yeah, I don't find him to be too dynamic in that movie. Not the biggest fan. Mm-hmm. He's just shooting people. He's just shooting whatever. He's just shooting dead body Bree. Jason has always been the original Friday the 13th was inspired directly from Halloween. So, Jason doing Michael Myers things is something that I just sort of expect because Michael Myers is the king. That's right. No other slasher icon is even close to Michael Myers. Let's just be honest. Come on, guys. 100%. Jason took your keys. Oh, the keys. Oh, the keys. There's a Jason door. It's a Jason sized door. It's like a doggy door, but it's for Jason. Yeah, I'm now after watching it here on this time around, I'm like, did they just swing one camera one way and swing it another way? Or did they create like a false wall? Um, yeah, I'd love to see like a full documentary on the making of a movie like this. Kind of is Jason Wick, yeah. Yeah. Instead of a dog, he had a mom and he, waited years and years and years. What can you do? Damn, this guy's cruising on this road. Come on, bro. Is it Lance Henriksen? Who's driving the truck? Trent, get going, bud. It's a matter of life and death. Okay, Trent. Now it just seems like the filmmakers are, playing with us. And Jason's caught up with him. Well, there you go. This is a very quick kill, but I love the imagery, that he's been like kind of crucified and just being dragged down. Like, that's a brutal way to go, being dragged down the road. A bit abbreviated, though. Gaz Hearsome joining us, saying he just watched this earlier today. Did you see Cody did an interview with Myers on his podcast today? It was pretty dope and insightful. There was meant to be a sequel at the camp in the wintertime. Oh, you mean with Derek Mears? I did not see that, so I'll have to check that out. My feed has been filled so much with Friday the 13th stuff, but everyone, puts it all out at the same time. So, yeah, I haven't seen every little thing come through yet. Yeah, and he's very light on his feet, I guess. Yeah, you're right, Teal Kit. There's 13 kills. Yeah. I'll have to check that out. Yeah. I didn't know. So is that not on YouTube? I didn't know. Interesting. I'll have to check it out. Oh my gosh, we're so far ahead of you in the in the theatrical cut. Like, they're already Clay and what's her face are already in Jason's lair, like trying to find Whitney or whatever. Yeah, I don't roll with Spotify. I don't play that game anymore, so I guess I won't be able to watch it. Little reference to Mark from part 2 with the wheelchair there down in the tunnels. I don't even think Jason is like that much like Michael. They're both silent killers. I think Jason's way more of like a water monster revenant. He has like a purpose and a calling. There's a reason why Jason is the way he is. And Michael has no explanation. Michael's a different kind of monster, Shoddy. He has no justification, no reason, no compass, no moral compass, or no anything. He's just directionless. He is just a supernatural force. He is evil. Evil walking around. I know for a lot of people that's not very interesting. I love Michael, though, and I love him for all those reasons. Yeah, this theatrical cut really moves. It really cooks. Because if you're still in the house in the killer cut, yeah, we're already reaching the point where they're running away from Jason now. I can say like very, very easily that I prefer the killer cut. So if you want to watch me watch the killer cut, it's available on the membership side. Yeah, that's the thing is I think the killer cut still feels really like hour 46, whatever it is, it still feels really good. And the extra stuff that you're getting is substantial. Oh, for whatever reason, I thought you had to pay to use Spotify without it being inundated with tons of commercials. Maybe the most surprising kill in the franchise. To me, this is like a heartbreaker kill. I really didn't see that coming. Jenna getting stabbed right as they're about to make, like, they're basically free. He is, yeah. He's not though, because he talks on the phone and he talks when he kills. Yeah. So he's not a silent killer. He's pretty quiet, but he does he has one of the most impressive voices of any killer ever. Oh, well, Freddy would be great. Yeah. Still don't think he's better than Michael, but it would be cool to have him back. I'd love it. There were some people that have escaped Jason though, right? Yeah, Jason is more like, man, if Jason sees you, you're in serious trouble. Michael can see you and not kill you. If you're not like in Michael's way, he might just let you go. Again, there's no rhyme or reason. There's no compass. It's totally random. And I think that makes it scarier. We're in the tipped over bus here. Poor Whitney having to be quiet all over again. Yeah, there's been talks about that one for a little bit. Shoddy, did you know that I am a member of the horror show? I've been working with them for years, a couple years, like ever since I started my channel pretty much, but I officially joined almost a year ago. It was about a year ago. I just I love this whole this whole version of Crystal Lake and Jason, like I really dig him, man. I think it's a really it adds this intensity to it. And now I just wish I were watching the killer cut because I want so much more of all of this stuff, more Jason, more of this chase, all of that. Um, but yeah, I just find Jason to be very interesting. It's like when I first watched, when I saw Halloween 2018 for the first time in the theater, I had never been I'd never found Michael to be so compelling. And I think, I don't think this movie's as good as Halloween 2018. I think I really enjoy this one. But I think it does the same kind of thing with Jason for me. Just makes I'm locked on. Like when Jason's on screen, I tractor beam. I'm like sucked right in. And it's not always the case with his character in other films. We got Nightmare Files joining us. What's happening? How are you doing? Welcome on in. We are just wrapping up the '09 remake of Friday the 13th here. There we go. Nobody's better than Michael. The word has been spoken. Jason busted through a couple different windows here trying to get at Clay. I think that's a really interesting theme of Jason's too, is busting through windows, busting through doors, and can't forget this, throwing people through windows. That is, Jason's got a problem with windows. He really doesn't like them. Not much appreciation. And doors, frankly, they're next on his shit list. So, you know, I think every Friday the 13th movie, somebody either gets thrown through a window or Jason jumps through a window or pulls someone through. It's so funny. If you've not noticed it, the next time you watch any Friday the 13th movie, keep an eye out because somebody's going to get thrown through a window or Jason will jump through a window. Absolutely. And Whitney looks hot, all rained on. Yeah, they should follow up with her character, with Chris. She's been in a mental institution. Bring that actress back. Just do the whole Laurie Strode thing. Fuck it. Why not? Right? I'm concerned about how muscular Jason's neck is. It's pretty wild. Gaz, here's some dropping a New Zealand $2 says, cheers for the stream. Love most of the 2000s remakes. Yeah, I'm really warming up to these. I mean, pretty much just the 2010 Nightmare remake I don't like, but I like all the others. So Jason they got him hung up by chains, but he fell down. He's making a run for Whitney here, but he's getting sucked into the grinder. Not that grinder. This is I don't know what this is meant to grind up. It's not a wood chipper. Must be for whatever's on the farm, the weed. Oh, this gets so corny here, though. This line that she says, say hi to mommy in hell. It's like, it's already cringe and then it cringes harder. Unfortunately. Yeah, I think Duder could play Freddy from Stranger Things, Vecna. I got you. I got you, Steph. You guys are very active and awesome in the chat. Thank you so much. What a fun Friday the 13th it's been. Scary Terry. Yeah. It's so funny that they call him Scary Terry, even though it's completely obvious what's going on. Oh, wow. 2018 is your favorite, Zach. Interesting. That's an interesting take. I really do like it a lot. It's in my top 5. All of the David Gordon Green movies are in the top 5 for me. Dang, Nightmare Files only likes 2 Friday the 13th movies, part 2 and 09. No love for Jason Lives. Oh, I love that movie so much. But hey, yeah, it's just art. You know, what can you do? We all got different opinions. Can't get too worked up about it unless you're going to rank Bubblegum in the bottom tier on a tier maker ranking. Like, what are you doing? You know, all other opinions totally cool and valid. And boom, that is it, guys. We just watched Friday the 13th from 2009, directed by Marcus Nispel, starring Jared Padalecki, Danielle Panabaker. Who else do we have in there? Willa Ford. We have Derek Mears, of course. Oh, wait, I didn't want to do that. I want to do that. There we go. What a damn fun time. I really dig that movie. Killer Cut is the way to go. If you're going to watch a version, Killer Cut is the way to go, though, over the theatrical. But the theatrical cut is still pretty damn good, either way. I have never seen the Amityville remake. That's one I never got around to. I've actually only seen the first 2 movies in that franchise. And they're both really good. The sequel's great. Not a big fan of the remakes. Fair enough. Fair enough there, Nanette. What are we looking at? 11 p.m. Okay. So, this has to be top 3 in people's rankings. Teal Kit, I think a lot of people put it in the top 5. Yeah, I think it gets a lot more love recently. A lot more love. You're so very welcome, Steph. Thanks for hanging out. Try Messengers from 07. Okay. All right. Have a great night, Nanette. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for being a channel member. Really do appreciate you. Say hi to mommy in hell. All right, guys. Well, that is going to wrap it up for this time around. But I do want to let you know, really the only reason why I'm running off is because I am going to be a guest over on Shay Rants watching Scream 5. So let me, if you guys are cool, hanging out for 1 second, just 1 second. I'm going to get you a link so I can direct you over there. And if you want to jump on into that stream, I will be joining Shay here in about 15 minutes, and we're going to watch Scream 5. So, even if you can't kick it with us the whole night, it would be cool if you just jumped on in and said what's up. So let me grab this here. That's what she said. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to drop that in there, and I will pin it in the chat. So there you go. Got it pinned in the chat. So if you want to jump on over and hang out, watch Scream 5 with us, we're going to, he's doing a whole marathon today. So we're going to jump into that. Danny Zuko, what's happening, bud? We are just wrapping up here, but you can catch me on Shay Rants, or you can scrub it on back if you want to watch the movie with a past version of us. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this stream. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. Really appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content. If you're watching after the fact, jump into the comments. Let me know your thoughts on Friday the 13th, 09. Hype the video or whatever, all that kind of stuff you can do for free. You know what to do. And I will see you guys tomorrow night, right back on here on the Davey Deathray channel. We're going to watch 2001's Valentine, and I'm going to make fun of it because I think it's kind of a bonkers, weird, funny movie. So let's have a little bit of a blast with that one on Valentine's Day. But that is going to wrap it up for this stream here. Thank you again to every single one of you. You guys are beautiful. Shout out to Steph for joining up with our membership. Shout out to Ty Lee for the $5. And of course, a shout out to Gaz Hearsome for the $2 New Zealand. You all are awesome. Really appreciate the support on the channel. I'll be back tomorrow night, or you can watch me over on Shay Rants in 15 minutes. But until next time, I've been and will continue being Mustachio Davey Deathray. Take care.